Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today, major changes coming to Amazon's Fire TV that could remove a very popular feature there. We'll tell you what's happening. CNN wants to release another new streaming service. Yes, you're not mishearing me. And yes, we do remember that the last one didn't go so well. We'll tell you what's happening there. And Roku lost a very popular feature on its home screen, but they say it's coming back. These stories and a whole lot more coming up in a minute, including, hey, what was that thing about Comcast yesterday? I said I was going to talk about it, then I accidentally skipped the story. I'll cover that at the end of this video, if I don't forget again. But if you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes and in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link to each story I talk about there so you can read them for yourself and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. If you like what we do here, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so they recommend our videos to more people. All right, let's dive into it. So Amazon is rolling out a new, or building I should say, Fire TV OS. So the stuff that goes behind this. So this is the user interface on the Fire TV. You're looking at the app screen I use when I stand here. But underneath it right now is Google's Android TV. So Amazon used Android to build their Fire TV streaming players, and then they just changed the user interface on top of it. And that's why a lot of people have been able to sideload apps and put apps on it that may not be supported because they're built for Android. And now they could work here just by sideloading them. But Amazon is looking to ditch Android TV and go with something that they're building in home called Vega OS. Now, already some Echo Show devices are running the Vega OS system. If you didn't go in the settings, you would never know because the user interface, the front end of it, what you use here, doesn't change. I don't think we're going to see a big change in what this looks like. Could be some minor graphical changes, but the menus and other similar features will remain the same. What's changing here is under the hood, which means, some app developers may need to rewrite their apps to support Fire TVs again. Sideloading is a big question. Will you be able to sideload apps like you currently do? There's a lot of speculation that you will not be able to do that. Now, no idea when this will be happening. Lowpass did spot a job posting that went up a couple of days ago from the time I'm recording this, asking for people to come and work there with 3 years experience of programming software development to help develop this new operating system for Fire TVs and other Amazon devices like Echoes, for example. We'll be watching it very closely, but there's a large fan base of users for Fire TVs that sideload content on there. They don't want this stuff, they want to sideload. If this becomes a reality, that may become a thing of the past. We'll be watching it closely. All right, next up, CNN is looking to launch a new streaming service. Yep, CNN Plus was a thing, failed very rapidly, and when Warner Brothers merged with Discovery leadership who took over, axed it very quick. Now, though, there's a new leader over there, and he's making it very clear he wants to launch at least one streaming service this year and another next year, and lean into developing a lifestyle kind of content. Now, there's some precedent for this. Fox Nation, which started off more as a news streaming service, kind of like CNN Plus, quickly realized that that was not a profitable way to go because no one wants to pay for a news service like that. They already have Fox News. And has since merged more into a lifestyle channel with documentaries, new episodes of Cops, and other things airing on the Fox Nation. And not necessarily hard news or an expansion of Fox News as a cable news network. But instead, they are doing lifestyle. Looks like CNN is looking at Fox and saying, that's working pretty well for them. Why don't we do it? Now, will it pay off? Will it not pay off? We don't know. They intend to launch it this year. Details are very thin. We don't know price. We don't know launch date. We don't even know the name, other than the CEO saying he intends to do it this year. Also means they'll probably be locking some of the content on their website behind a paywall. You'll need to be a member to access some of the content on their website going forward. As we learn more about this, I'll have full news here and over at cordcuttersnews.com. All right, next up, you may have noticed yesterday if you woke up and you're a fan of Roku's Daily Trivia, which is a little thing that they do on their website that allows you to play their popular little trivia game and answer a series of questions every day for points, is now gone. But Roku says, don't worry, they've confirmed to Cord Cutters News that the daily trivia game will be returning, as Roku plans to return it in the days to come, but they didn't say when. So unfortunately, I don't know when to tell you. Maybe by Easter, maybe next week, I don't know. But they did say it's a temporary pause. They declined to comment on why, but say it is coming back. We'll have full coverage when it comes back here. I thank you to everybody who sent us a tip. I woke up to multiple tips, which led us to this story and be able to get to the bottom of it. If you'd like to leave us a tip, just go to cordcuttersnews.com, click on the Contact Us. If you're on mobile, click on the little 3-line menu option and select Contact Us. You can send us an email there. That's the best way, because then not only do I see it, but multiple Cord Cutters News staff members will see it. All right, Samsung TV Plus, which is Samsung's free ad-supported streaming service available on their TVs, mobile devices, website, and more, announced a major milestone. They'd added some more channels and now has over 700 free channels across the world. Now, caveat here, not all channels are available in all places, but in total, they do have over 700 channels. As free ad-supported streaming becomes increasingly popular, more and more content has been made available for it. If you have a Samsung TV, Android, or other device, you may want to look at giving Samsung TV Plus a try. Speaking of free content, hey, if you have one of the new Tablo DVRs, which is an over-the-air DVR for your antenna, you may want to check it out. If you have one of the white versions, the newest model, they have added 45 free streaming channels from Warner Bros. Discovery to their guide with this, and you'll be able to stream a ton of content there. You'll also be able to learn more at tablotv.com/wb/fast. Just check this story. I have a link to it in the show notes down below. But more free content right alongside your antenna channels, much like how Roku does it in the Roku OS. But 45 from Warner Bros. Discovery are now live. Speaking of Android TV, we talked about it a little while ago with the Fire TV, Google's flagship streaming player, the Google TV Streamer 4K, is on a very rare sale. I think this may be the first big sale I've seen since it was launched, but it's on sale for $79 right now. That's the lowest price I've ever seen it at. Have you noticed it lower? For the new 4K Google TV Streamer 4K? Leave me a comment, let me know, but very powerful streaming player, good price. Check it out, $79. Link in the show notes if you want to find that deal. All right, next up, Warner Bros. Discovery could be splitting off its cable TV networks. We heard that rumor a few months ago, but now CNBC is reporting that they are continuing to evaluate splitting the company, taking the streaming and the studios in one way, and splitting off its cable TV networks another way, either some or all. This would mimic what Comcast is doing right now with NBC Universal, not splitting off all of its channels, but most of them, keeping just a couple things in-house going forward. Now, it's been reported that Warner Bros. Discovery's already started the internal process to separate executives and staffing and all the back-end work that would be needed to split its streaming, its studios, and its cable TV channels into two separate departments for potentially spinning off its cable networks. Well, why would you do that? Why would you spin off your cable networks into an independent company like Comcast is doing and like maybe Warner Bros. Discovery? Well, it allows you to get rid of unprofitable assets off your books and makes Warner Bros. Discovery look a lot better. The cable networks are losing money, or at least some of them are, and holding back Warner Bros. Discovery's numbers from looking great. It wouldn't surprise me to see like HBO channels remain with the streaming and the main company, but some of the other channels that they have, split them off. Maybe HGTV stays, but some of the smaller Discovery channels go away, for example. And this is just an accounting thing. They will both remain controlled by the same people, but it would allow Warner Bros. Discovery stock and their profit and their quarterly statements to look a lot better because it wouldn't have all that debt on it. We'll keep an eye on this. No idea when. And once they announce it, it takes a while for this to happen. Comcast announced theirs last year. It still has not completed the spinoff of things like Sci-Fi and USA Network from its main cable, or from its main Comcast package, which is going to keep its NBC locals, Bravo, and Peacock, for example. All right. There's a big fight happening over Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune distribution rights. Sony is trying to forcefully take those over. Due to a contract, they own some of the back-end production rights on it, but CBS has had a long-standing distribution rights. So think of it this way. Sony produces the show, they make the show, and then turn it over to CBS, who then sends it out to local television stations and sells the rights to local television stations. Sony recently tried to pull those rights back, saying you have no longer permission to distribute either Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy! And they apparently plan to do like streaming packages and all kinds of different things with Jeopardy! And Wheel of Fortune. CBS sued, saying, hello, we have a contract and we think you're violating it. And for now, a judge has stayed Sony's attempt to spin off their company or the rights away from CBS to themselves to go do their other streaming plans. But this is far from over. For now, it's a temporary stay that will allow CBS to continue distributing Jeopardy! And Wheel of Fortune, so you, the viewer, will see no change for the immediate future. Now we'll have to wait for the trial to go through and see who wins. If Sony wins, you can probably expect to see major changes into how you find Jeopardy! And Wheel of Fortune. Will it move to streaming? Will it do this? Will it just appear on different television networks now that Sony's distributing it, not CBS? We'll wait and see. But for the meantime, no changes. Keep that in mind. And lastly, so I teased this yesterday. I meant to talk about this yesterday and I accidentally forgot. But Comcast recently announced new data plans with unlimited, or new internet plans with the unlimited data starting at $55 a month, allowing you to stream all the 4K movies you want without fear. Now, a lot of people said, well, if I'm a current Comcast customer, can I switch to this? Currently, if you want unlimited data, it's an extra fee on top of your advertised price, because you have to rent one of their gateway modems or pay for unlimited data. The good news is, yes, you will at some point be able to switch over, Comcast says, but not yet in the near future. Current subscribers will get the ability to switch over to the discounted, or excuse me, to the new internet plans with unlimited data built into them with no additional rental or monthly fee to get unlimited data, which is great. I use a plan and I pay for unlimited data. Because of what I do, we do a lot of data, but just also because of I have kids and streaming and video games and all kinds of stuff. But good news, if you're a current subscriber, yes, you will be able to switch over. Bad news is we don't know when. They say in the near future. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic Friday. I'll be back this weekend with more videos. Until then, take care, be safe. I'll talk to you all again real soon.